Good morning. It is currently 7 a.m. here in Arizona. Time for a walk. So over the last couple months, I've been building a new e-commerce brand using TikTok Shop. It's going really well, and later in this video, I'm gonna share with you all of the financials, but I'm also gonna bring you along for kind of an average day in the life. We got a bunch of fun stuff planned. At 8 a.m. here, shortly in about 20 minutes, I have a call with a company completing their Series A.
Actually, our biggest check writers, they put million into our last note, really known as the LeBron James of e-commerce.
But going to your question about just like how we're thinking about the Series A.
I can't say exactly how much money they're raising, but they're pretty much done. This is my final call to basically determine if I want to go in. Then I have some inventory being delivered for the e-commerce brand. I'm deep in the trenches, touching it myself. I got to pack some orders, ship, get those out at USPS. Then I have one other call with a consulting guy that I'm working with as well, who's launching his brand on TikTok Shop. He also sells on Amazon.
We'll talk about all the benefits and things that we're solving, and then they're going to send you the link to the deck I sent you.
But on the other side of this camera, we've also got the e-commerce brand. I'm going to walk you guys through all of this here shortly, but yeah, that's what we're looking like, slow and steady. So don't mind me, but it is time to get to work.
Look, I grew up in Streatham. Teachers were giving man tests, same time the man them were giving out testers. I got paintings giving man stress, I ain't got a sex it message or...
You know, packaging all these orders is actually incredibly simple. It doesn't take much time, and I save over $2 a unit on the fulfillment fee. Now, we're not doing a lot of orders right now. I'll share that with you in a minute, but this brand will grow, just like my other ones, into something that is much larger, where we need our own operations. I'm gonna keep all that in-house so we can save a ton of cost. I'm gonna need a place anyways for all the employees to go. What better spot to do that than a fulfillment center that's also a big-ass warehouse with a gym and maybe a skate ramp and parking for a bunch of extra cars and good office vibes. Like, that's gonna be fun. So building this one from the ground up. All right, we just had a delivery here in the Tesla of a bunch of new product. Now it's time for the gym. Thanks for bringing all the inventory by, buddy.
You want gas money?
Gas money? It's a Tesla, and it's my Tesla. It's not that loud. All right, now we got the orders from today. Put them in the front here. We got a lot of space. Easy.
15 minutes later.
So the lovely ladies here at the post office have been seeing me come in every day with my own bag full of products and have to stand in line to scan the manifest. They just gave me a couple of huge sacks to put it in. I no longer have to stand in line, just a better process. So big shout out to them. This will just make it a lot easier. This car sounds so good. It's crazy because it's not the loudest. It doesn't burble. It's definitely not the fastest car. It's really not that fast. I paid like $195,000 for this car. It's not the most expensive car I've owned. It's up there though. But there's just something to it, you know? It's got so much soul and it sounds so good.
All right, so one of those calls you saw me on earlier was with a guy that I coach. I have a small coaching group. We help people start or scale e-commerce businesses, and I manage all that through Slack. So this is where I chat with everybody and stuff. This guy asked me to bleep out the store name, so I'm gonna show you a screenshot. Yesterday, John did $10,280 selling Donald Trump t-shirts, print on demand on TikTok Shop. Great. Now, as of a few days ago, that's when everything happened with, the missed shot with Donald Trump. So this is like 4 days after. You can make a 10K a day right now selling t-shirts. A lot of people are spinning up mugs and hats and just taking advantage of, all the virality around that. Now, John already has a store with a product that's doing like 30,000 a week that I've been helping him scale and get going. So this is just awesome to see, like something that really explodes. But what I wanted to share with you right now is actually inside of my own spreadsheet from our bookkeeper inside the business, showing you the financials behind this e-commerce brand that I'm building. Now, I haven't revealed it publicly. I eventually will. All the people in my coaching group know what it is because I'm building it live in front of them. But eventually I will share that. I want to share with you the cost of what it took to start up and kind of what that went to. And later today, I'll share all the sales month by month, how it was cash flow and the profit and the new money that I'm putting into it. Also, let me know if you like the style of YouTube videos. I haven't really been on YouTube much in the last year, but I'd like to bring back this style where I kind of bring you guys along for my day. It's fun. So here's the exact startup cost. Branding, I paid $437.50 for branding on the business to help build this thing, get it off the ground. I also spent $8,600 before we sold a single product to buy the products, right? To buy inventory. I spent another $75 on a logo, which we ended up reworking later and making it better and cooler for more money. And I spent an additional $9,914 on manufacturing equipment, which was not necessary, but it's a friend that owns the manufacturing facility. This basically gave me access to two things. Number one, product creation whenever I want, because this thing's not ready to go. Number two, it gave me a better cost. So that will pay off long-term, but that was a kind of a deal that I worked out with the manufacturer, which just helped long-term. So all in all, that was my startup expenses. Now there's a bunch more little stuff as you go on. Domain subscription, emails and logos and paid for creators. And there's so many things. This is an individual list of every little item. It started subscriptions for softwares, but that's all stuff as we start making sales. And as I'll share with you later, it's been cash flow positive pretty much since day one, but that doesn't mean I haven't had to put new money in. And I'm gonna explain that here in a bit. But right now, I have to run off to some open houses and I'm gonna bring you along, show you some really cool homes, some fun cars. We'll have a good time and we'll continue on. So let's go. I've got a new camera and mic, so let me know if it's good.
Yeah, trying the angle. Yeah, it's not bad. We'll see how good it sounds. Audio.
Hop in the race of ghost. How much you pay? What's your gross? Come take a dive in the ocean. Give me your phone, you can't post. I do not brag or boast. You see the diamonds they show.
Yeah, their asking price was steep compared to other homes that have sold in the area that we've looked at, that we tried to buy. My first time, it's a great property at 165, 1.7 at most. They wanted like 1.9. All right, we just finished up here at house 2. Definitely a no-go and way overpriced. All right, so we are on the way to the final showing and I had to switch cars because Corey's Lambo was overheating. And so it went into limp mode, wouldn't go over like 25 miles an hour. So we were pretty much passing my house. So we just pulled in and I threw him the keys to the R8 and I jumped in the 3RS just so he wouldn't cause any damage.
How your phone made of money? Why the man's making sense? All my glitz.
The main area here, very interesting layout. Only 3,500 square feet, but you have a double island, which you never see in a home of this size. Honestly, that's rare until you're up in the 9,000 square foot range. The yard, really cool. No pool though, just water features. Low maintenance, desert landscaping, which I like. 4-bedroom, interesting use of space. All right, now I'm back from looking at houses. It was a great time, always a blast. Really liked the first one, the second and third. We also looked at the fourth, not really great. But that first one is fresh on the market. They're about to do a price cut. They priced it really high, so I'm gonna wait and kind of see what they do here. But now, as promised, I'm gonna share with you the exact financials on this e-commerce business. Now, you know, my startup costs, I've been running this for into 5 months now, and it's, you know, becoming a huge piece of my focus and my time because I've built brands before, but they weren't really brands. Like, I've outsourced a lot of stuff. I never did the customer support. I was really just the ads guy. So I wasn't really involved touching every piece of it to really care about the business enough. The first full month was $1,592.70. Now, keep in mind, throughout this time, a lot of these initial sales the first few months were very high margin because there wasn't any affiliates, I wasn't running any ads. All of this was organic through 2 forms. Either posting videos on TikTok and the traction from those started to generate some sales, which I'll talk about. And number 2 is just organic. Month 2, $2,325. Okay, consistent, you know, still around there. Month 3 was the big pop, right? I started cranking out more content, started getting a couple affiliates on board. We started ranking, we had some initial reviews. $7,957. Similar margin on the cash flow. I'd have to actually go back and look. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's in that 35, maybe 40% range. One of the big things that really helped here is actually lowering the price. Now, month 4 was $8,967. And again, this is just on TikTok Shop. Not running ads, not doing anything else. Now, this month I did spend a little bit on ads, like $800, just testing stuff. Nothing really hit, nothing profitable consistently, kind of all over the place. I didn't really spend all that much. But margin was probably a little lower this month in total because I was testing a lot of things. That is the first 4 months, the first full 4 months of running this, okay? We're only about 2 weeks into July, but I'll show you this right here. You can see this is today. I think it's July 14th or 15th. I don't even know, something like that. Like $850. That's not every day. Yesterday was like 500 something. I'll show you that too. And I'm gonna show you this just out of transparency. This is what the back end of the seller dashboard looks like on the Seller Center app on my phone. Yesterday was $520.65. You can see the sales graph throughout the day. If I go back here to show you the last 7 days. This is full transparency, so drop a like. $3,500. It's been bouncing around between 35 and 39. That is delayed off of a day or two, but pretty much seems like we've been holding a very consistent $500+ a day in sales. But now I am heading out to do an hour-long walk with some friends outside as they're on 75 hard, so they got to do that. And then they're all coming over here for a steak dinner. It doesn't get any better than that. So hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like. See ya.